Hey y'all, it's Rick here with Uncommon Communion, and we have begun the round of 32 here in the World Cup. And it was a strange day. Wasn't the most exciting game. We'll talk about that here in a moment. But it was a very strange evening for me. And if you are a casual fan, maybe you aren't in the habit, the cycle, the pattern that I've been in for the last, 18 days of watching multiple soccer matches in one day. And that was what was so strange about today. There was just one, only one. And we'll talk about that one. It was an important one. But this evening, and it is now still evening, although 1 minute to midnight on Monday, I actually did things I hadn't done in a while. I sat outside on my patio, my porch, no TV out there to watch. So when I'm watching, I'm in the house, right? On the TV, on the couch. And I read and I wrote and I did some things I hadn't done for the last few days. I'm glad you are here as we begin a new week and a big week because we're going to go from 32 to 16. So half the teams are going home, and there's going to be some sad ones, including today was kind of a sad one for me. Before we talk about that, let's begin as we always begin here on Uncommon Communion by recognizing, realizing, celebrating, and affirming that we are always and everywhere in the holy presence of the more and each other. So today's game was, well, it wasn't the most exciting game of the series. It was the first knockout. And this was a tough one because both of these teams I wanted to win for different reasons. Canada, home country, host country, country where soccer has not really developed. Hockey, of course, is bigger, and soccer still has a ways to go. And then South Africa, those fans, the joy that they showed in advancing. I don't know if you know this or not, but I think there was 10 or 9 African teams in the 48, and 8 of them advanced. And sadly, one of them has not going to advance any further, and that today was South Africa. It was, well, again, not an amazingly played game, and the goal did not come until the very last few minutes. Canada got the goal. South Africa couldn't come back. And I was glad they got the goal because I didn't want to watch 30 more minutes of that. So that was settled. Canada moves on to the round of 16. First time they've ever done that. And sadly, South Africa, Bafana goes home. Well, let's look ahead to this week. And there's going to be some of those matchups where I personally am going to wish both teams could win. And we'll be sad that a really good team, a really exciting team, is not going to go further in the tournament. I guess that always happens. This year. It feels like it's happening sooner with some really big players. So starting tomorrow, we are back to 3 games in one day. Tomorrow, the best game on Monday is actually probably the earliest game, which is going to be tough because it's on at 1 o'clock Eastern. And I don't know about you. Some days I have flexibility with my work schedule. Other days I don't. Tomorrow I don't. So 1 o'clock is going to be a little tricky. And it is a banger of a game. It is Brazil and Japan. Now, you might think Brazil is going to obviously just roll on over them. The Japanese team, though, is good. They are organized. They have a mission. They have a plan. Brazil has been mixed, right? They really have turned it on at other times, sometimes at other times, not as great. So I think that could possibly be an upset. And again, it's one of those sad games because I want to see. I've never been a big fan of Brazil. I mean, I think the soccer is pretty amazing, but I just they've won too many times. They're kind of like the New York Yankees, right? They've just won so many times. You just want to see somebody else, right? So if Japan wins, I'll be happy for that because then Brazil won't win this cup, but they're a pretty good team. But Japan is too. So watch that game. Should be a good one. A little bit later in the midday match, 4:30 p.m., that is Germany and Paraguay. Paraguay, not a huge power in qualifying or getting through the initial. Germany, again, clinical, kind of mixed. We'll see how that goes. But Germany should win that one. And then we get to the 9 o'clock game. Again, we are feasting on games on Monday because we have another two really good teams that I'll be sad to see either of them go home. One is the Netherlands, the other is Morocco. And both are doing well. They did well in their group stages. I want to see Netherlands win. They've never won the World Cup. I have a growing space in my heart for those Dutch fans and how amazing they are with their bus and their marches and so forth. So Morocco was the upstart. They surprised in 2022. They went all the way to the semifinals, the final four. And it would be sad to not see them go beyond 32. But I do want to see the Netherlands win. Let's look ahead one more day. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but we do need to kind of make some plans and kind of think about what we want to watch. Tuesday, we start off 1 p.m. with the Ivory Coast versus Norway. Again, what about those Norwegian fans? And that striker they have, I mean, he is just a Viking beast. Ivory Coast did pretty well. They got through for the first time. I think we got to go with Norway in that game. And then another good game, France and Sweden. Sweden, one of the most inconsistent teams in the tournament. Did you see that? They lost, or they won it. They lost a game. I think it was 5-1, 4-1, just a ridiculous score. And then they came around in the next game and won by the same score. So talk about inconsistent. France is a powerhouse. I mean, Kylian Mbappe is amazing. Duchamp, who got the hat trick the other day in like 35 minutes. I mean, they are a really solid team. So that probably won't be much of a contest. And then the big one on Tuesday is Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, Mexico versus Ecuador. Playing in Mexico City, which the Azteca Stadium is one of the most famous stadiums in the world, one of the most difficult stadiums to play in because of the fans, the elevation, the Mexican team, and so forth. But if there's anyone that can beat them there, it's Ecuador, who also plays at elevation and plays a very similar style of soccer. So that's going to be a good game. I got to think Mexico is going to advance, which would then make 2 out of the 3 host countries advancing to the round of 16. And then Wednesday, put it on your calendar, y'all. Wednesday night, prime time, 8 o'clock, U.S. versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow as we look at the matches that are played and we look ahead to the next few days. All right, y'all, I got to get to bed. It's going to be a busy week ahead, soccer, and with the 4th of July coming up, looking forward to that as well. Got to get some sleep, got to prepare. And glad that you are with me and hope that you're finding this helpful and interesting. Please share with others. Please let me know what you think. And we'll just continue to enjoy this amazing World Cup. All right, y'all. Blessings and good. Be bold, be well, hold fast, y'all.